Ain't the Bigfoot squad. They the Ghost Squad.
Hey, Porgy! Did you know that beer and pinball makes some money?
Yeah, I did, Gary.
Whoa! Look on the internet here! Look at, they got them black and white Twilight Zone machine! We gotta do that too! Hurry up and get some money from these guys! Let's do it to the Munsters game!
But, Gary, we already have a lot of the parts.
Don't worry about other parts, we'll just ship it out anyway!
Okay.
Hey guys, welcome to the channel. We're just going to take a quick look at the Munsters pinball machine, which was revealed at Consumer Electronics Show 2019. They released all three models at once, which is something that they haven't done in a while. As you can see, we got a Pro model, a black and white premium model, and a limited edition model, which is also color. Now, I'm not a big fan of the Munsters. I mean, I kind of question this decision. I know they're trying to cash in on all the spooky kind of games like Addams Family and stuff, but I mean, Munsters is pretty old. I don't know. I guess a lot of their target demographic is old. I mean, because I'm over 40, and this was in syndication when I was young. So, I mean, I guess it's not a bad show. It's just kind of an odd choice. Let's take a look at the feature matrix here. They released everything, and let's take a look at the Playfield of one of these. Here we go. Here is the limited edition Playfield, and you'll notice that in the center here is a lower Playfield, kind of reminiscent of AC/DC, but it's a little different in regards to the fact that they have sort of recycled parts from Family Guy and used a miniature flipper and ball arrangement. It's actually kind of a unique way of doing it. I have to give them props there. This machine overall looks pretty good. This is just my first impressions. It's we got a couple ramps here. Let's see, the artwork looks really good. There's a Frankenstein guy here. I know he's got a name, but it all looks pretty decent. See if I can find a picture of the Pro, which is this gonna work or not? Click. There we go. The Pro does not have the underlying lower Playfield. It just has a blank piece. Is it on here? There we go. You can see there's nothing. It's just art. But it does retain all the metal ramps. It retains the majority of the toys. There is a little pop-up feature here on the left ramp where it's like a bash target. There's a secret hidden little left shot here and a kick out. There's a magnet underneath the Frankenstein dude right here, Herman. It has a couple of these. We're really cheap. We're going to make one big targets on the side instead of like a 3-bank or a 4-bank. They use two mechanisms. I don't really like that. On the right ramp, you can see it has kind of an overloop, which is kind of unique for that length. But other than that, it almost looks like the flipper gap is wide. It might just be the pictures. Whoops. We'll take a look at the features. The Pro has no. The Premium is got this black and white look, which, if you notice, it's sort of like this Great American Pinball. They redid a Twilight Zone And I mean, this is all the plastics were done black and white, all the mechanisms, the gumball machine, every piece was either black or grayscale white. And it turned out fabulous. The only thing that's got any color left is like the wood, which is not much they could have done other than paint it. And if you look at the Stern version, they sort of did that. It looks like they're sort of trying to cash in on it, but they didn't do the inserts. And I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. I guess that's a matter of opinion. But there are a few color highlights here and there. I don't know if these are lights shining through that are green, probably. These plastic domes probably were just too much money to make them black and white. And because, you know, it costs extra money to have that done, so they probably just didn't do it, especially the inserts. So I don't know. Some people like it. I don't really like it, but I definitely prefer the full color version, like the LE. It just looks better to me. 'Cause this just seems like half-assed. I don't know. To me, it looks half-assed. Like, oh, we're going to do black and white, but we can't really do these parts, so we'll just kind of, yeah. We'll leave a little bit of color in the logo, and that'll justify it. I don't know. You like it, you like it. You know, it's a matter of opinion. It kind of sucks that the black and white one is on the cheaper version, so if I wanted to get it, I'd have to get an LE, which is not going to happen. For an operation that's just too much money. But let's take a look at the lower playfield. It's kind of hard to see here, but you got a couple shots. You got a ramp on the right here, and then you have a little actually kind of uphole kicker eject. And one thing that is different from the Family Guy is that this lower playfield will actually have a multi-ball. It can have two balls at once, which is something that I believe Family Guy did not have. Let's take a look at the Family Guy. As you can see, it's kind of the same thing. You know, we have a ramp on this one. There's a couple targets. You know, the physics, because the ball and flippers are different, are drastically different. Than it plays with your head a little bit. The physics don't react the same. The ball doesn't react the same because of the mass and stuff. So, you know, it's not bad. Let's take a look at the features. And of all the three models, they're pretty much the limited edition has a few differences. Mainly, it has better speakers. It's the only one with a shaker motor. There's a bunch of different legs. Let's see, serialized number plate. No one cares. Casket themed artwork. Yeah, sure. Certificate of authenticity. Okay. And the LE is limited to 500 machines. So, okay, you know, you can still get it. One thing I didn't note is that the game has 4 buttons. So, let's go to the other picture quickly. You'll notice on the LE and Premium there are 2 flipper buttons, one for the lower and one for the regular flippers. I am not a fan of this. I know it gives you more control. I'm assuming there's going to be a multi-ball that encompasses both playfields. It just seems like I don't like games with a lot of buttons. That's just me personally. So, you know, it does have steel ramps, which are good. Let's see. There's an up post divert mechanism in the top lanes, which is hard to see. You don't see it there. Custom molded figures and everything. Can't really see the bottom of this, but you know, it counts the 8 balls as a feature. Okay, you know, I mean, a lot of this stuff they're kind of, you know, like, oh my god, we got a scoop, that's a feature, you know. So you have to kind of go through this and go, you know, okay, sure, there's a spinner, it's an Igor target, there's a spinning Igor target. Now, what is that? It's probably just a spinner. There's some RGB lamps. There's a button on the lockdown bar. Your standard Stern stuff. Not a lot of that we haven't seen before. I mean, this is all stuff we've seen before, just used in a different way. But it's a decent package. It looks, you know, it's themed very well. You know, it's an innovative use of the Suey playfield from Family Guy. So it's interesting to see how this thing plays. There is one thing that is kind of a negative, besides some of the other negatives I spat out. One being this this left, it's the left ramp return right here. You see how straight this is? I noticed in the gameplay footage that there's not a lot of reaction time. It comes around here and it whips straight down. America's Most Haunted did this too, and I don't like that. If you look at the right ramp, there's a little bit of a bend. A little bit of bend gives you reaction time. This is just bam right to your flipper, so it's a little brutal that way. I think that's kind of lazy right here, but you know, other than that, it's a ramp that goes behind the playfield, a la Walking Dead. It's almost the same shape on the entrance here, almost same position and everything. It's just like it's not the same, but it's pretty close. It has the same sort of pop-up thing. It looks like the mechanism is better. Obviously, the ramp on the Walking Dead was plastic, and this one's metal. So there are differences. It's not the same. You know, they did redesign it. But these are sort of my thoughts on the Munsters, which is just released yesterday for us to take a look at, and they're shipping right away. So if you want one, you can get one. So let me know what you think about the Munsters, and am I wrong? Did they just quickly do a cash grab on this black and white trend? Maybe. I don't know. I just thought it was kind of funny. But there you go, guys. That's a quick look at the Munsters pinball from Stern. If, like I said, leave some comments, and I'll like to hear what you think about it. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching. If you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe. You can also support us on Patreon or TeePublic.